So they're doing like micro scams instead of big dollar amounts where, oh, it's $100 sweater on Amazon, but this knockoff site says it's $29.99, so I'm going to buy it there.
Scammers love to scam.
Do you guys really, do you guys go to the beach and get offended at bikinis? Seriously, that's a serious question. Do you get offended by people on a boat? Do you get offended like when you go on a cruise?
Realize that it is not. So I'm not going to like shit on your situation, but maybe reevaluate who you're talking to and make better choices is the best thing that I'm going to put out there. Nobody wants to admit that they fell for a romance scam, that they were catfished. Have you guys ever been catfished personally or know anybody who was?
Right.
Your grandpa fell for like literally every scam in the book.
I saw what kind of porn that you watched, and I'm going to release it to your friends and family if you don't send me Bitcoin.
What?
Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast. I'm Andrew. This is Nona, the woman that I'm romance scamming in real life.
Cute. Cute. Very cute.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day with you.
I send you videos of myself looking completely different from how I look, and when you see me in person, I just tell you it's because you're blind. Your glasses are
gaslighting me on a daily basis.
Yeah. So today we're talking about
romance scams and catfishing.
Scams, yeah, which are getting far, far easier to do.
Thanks to AI.
Yeah. Yep.
But how are people still falling for it?
The same way that people fall for almost everything that's AI. They don't look at any of these things critically. So I wanted to bring up.
You have to have really low self-esteem to fall into the trap of believing that somebody
to send somebody a lot of money, for one, yeah. For two, somebody famous, and for three, to not pay attention to the very clear indicators that this is not real. Before we start talking about the woman that was in our comments, Corridor Crew brought up not just the romance scams, but they also brought up e-commerce shop scams.
Okay.
And those are kind of funny. I mean, they're obviously horrific, but you know how everybody talks about, I ordered this couch off of Wish or whatever, and it's like this
doll-sized furniture.
Yeah. So these stores have been generating clothing and apparel.
Okay.
And they're like knitted sweaters, things that are really complex, right? And it's very clear if you follow a pattern that all of a sudden now it's not the pattern, it's like the woman's hair, the model in the picture, like her hair's weaved into it, and all kinds of like weirdness like that. And people are looking at it and saying, oh, it's a good deal, it's $29.99. And then instead they get like a t-shirt that has that print, which is kind of funny.
So like instead of a tuxedo, it's a tuxedo shirt.
And the point that they brought up is when you order from these shady companies and services, because it's being manufactured and shipped likely directly from China, you getting your money back is basically next to impossible.
Right.
So they're doing like micro scams instead of big dollar amounts where, oh, it's $100 sweater on Amazon, but this knockoff site says it's $29.99, so I'm going to buy it there. Yeah. So this didn't happen when I tagged American Lichter, but it just happened today when I tagged Badger Hound on the two videos today wearing his company's shirt.
Okay. What happened?
Because I said, at Badger Hound, great t-shirt, blah, blah, whatever, like the first comment on both videos, immediately hit with the scammers. Here's the link to the shirt. Click here for the discount on the shirt. And it's actually that design that I was wearing in the video. Instant.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah. So obviously
Can you report comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously they already have his inventory scraped. And I think he has like 1,800 followers on X. I don't know how much business he does typically, but for
a small account.
Yeah.
and small business to already be completely duplicated. That's pretty wild.
And he responded back. He said, "Oh no, you said shirts." And I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry. I had no idea that was going to happen like that."
That's crazy.
Yeah, there were like 6 of them. Boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
All different websites, all different people posting, but all the actual shirt that I was wearing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways.
And I didn't tag the shirt or link to the website, to the product or anything. So they were using either some sort of machine learning, some sort of optical content recognition, seeing what I'm wearing, which is really funny because that means that they have this all cataloged and archived some way where that they knew was me and not you.
Okay.
Right? It's a super complex, that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort to put together the bots to do that, to scrape all that information, to write all that code. It's insane. That's so much effort. Way too much effort for anybody.
Scammers love to scam.
But I mean, if you're looking at the return on investment for something like that, how much money are you actually going to make for the amount of effort that you put into that?
Obviously enough.
You could probably make a lot of money doing something legitimate if you're that good at what if you, or you don't actually value your own time. You're like, I'll spend 30 hours to write something that I'll make $10 off of or whatever.
So anyways, let's jump right in our lady,
our favorite commenter woman,
who is clearly being romance scammed by somebody who she believes is Mike Glover.
Yep. Should I pull up the whole thing and read it? Okay.
That's what I'm waiting for you to do.
All right. Well, you can talk about it first while I'm pulling this up.
Okay. Well, I said we were talking about it first so that you could have it ready to go. That was why I let you know that was what we were talking about first. That's why I'm here, is to keep you on track, Andrew.
All right.
So anyways, she was in our comments and she was defending Mike Glover in all of our recent videos. And the story started unfolding that this woman clearly believes that she has been talking to Mike for the last 6 months, she said. And so either she has been talking to Mike and he was cheating on his girlfriend with her, which is highly unlikely, or the person that she believes she's talking to is scamming her and she thinks she's in a full-on relationship with him.
So there are 3 threads that I know of. There's 2 on one video and 1 on one of the shorts. The first one that came up, so her username on YouTube is Terry Williams-T1V. Her response to our video about Glover being arrested again last week was, last week at time of recording. I will always and forever stand with Mike Glover. I responded with, if he abused someone right in front of you? Question. She responded, I still stand by him. A heart knows what a heart knows. I said, yikes. Then somebody else jumped in wanting to get mad at us. And then, okay, so that's the full extent of that one.
Right. So that already we thought, okay, this woman, she clearly is simping for him. We kind of left it at that, okay, smile and nod, move on. And then she kept on with each video and with the posts that were being shown. So
same video, same woman. I say he was set up by his wife/girlfriend. I will always stand beside him, heart emoji. I said, that's wild to support somebody who allegedly abused a child. She responded with, you don't know the whole story. No one does, but I will always stand by Mike Glover. No punctuation. I'm reading it how it is. Skipping through other people responding. So yeah, that's the conclusion of that thread as well. Man, I thought that one is on here, but I guess, or maybe it is. Let me scroll through here again. There. Yep, it is. So 3 comments on one video. I knew there were more. So once again, Terry Williams-T1V. I followed Mike last year and still followed him this year. Always will follow him because I care about him. All one long run-on sentence. I respond with, okay, stalker. Not KUS responded with, so you have follower syndrome where you follow, or where anyone you follow is automatically innocent of anything. Is that the gist of it? Some other people stepped in, unrelated. I mean, it's related, but skip over it. She responds with, I do care about him. I talked to him and I told him to get away from there. She responded again to herself. I'm no stalker, trust me. Not Kay responded, get away from where? You do realize there's multiple people involved rather than just Jessica. She responds with, yes, I know yes, I know he needs to come to East Tennessee. And I responded with, you talk to him? You're being romance scammed? Kay responded with, I'm confused. How exactly are you talking to him? What happened yesterday morning on the 12th? She responded to Kay, I talked to him for over a year. And we was supposed to come here until all this happened with Jess and his first wife or girlfriend. So she doesn't even know who Mike was with, legitimately. And she's thinking that this is still Jessica, not Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
Then she responded again. At least I don't go around half dressed thinking I'm better than anyone.
I never said I was better than anybody.
You're not even half dressed. Do you guys really, do you guys go to the beach and get offended at bikinis? Seriously, that's a serious question. Do you get offended by people on a boat? Do you get offended like when you go on a cruise? Do you get offended when women aren't dressed in the garb that the people in the Middle East require? Because that's what you sound like. You sound like you're like the Taliban or Al Qaeda.
Damn.
Yeah. Then she responded again, and I'm no stalker, thank you. And then she responded again, no, I'm not. And I responded with, so you're trying to tell us that you're not in a romance scam, but that instead Mike was cheating on his girlfriend with you?
And then she didn't respond to that.
Nope. And that was 3 days ago. I think she kind of realized that she set herself up there because there's no outcome from that statement that is a positive outlook on her. You're either being romance scammed,
or you're a cheater.
Yeah, or you're claiming that Mike is cheating with you, and you're openly admitting that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a bad look, no matter which way it goes.
Both are really bad.
Yeah. I do want to find, so that's the problem. I don't know if I can just pull her up, like pull up her comments right from here. Maybe I can. And you can on mobile, which is, what is happening here? Oh, it says, I thought I was going to say this channel doesn't exist, but it says it doesn't have any content. So on mobile, in the studio app, I can see what her other comments on the channel are. So let me see if I can go to one of our shorts and see what she says in there, or the posts.
Where's the one with the person who responded? It was like Owen Glover.
That's what I'm looking for. Because that's legitimately funny.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. 3 comments.
Well, while you're looking that up, what do you guys think? Do you think she's being romance scammed? Do you think that she's actually talking to Mike?
And thank you for helping us reach 4,000 subscribers, by the way.
We're at 4,000 already?
We will be when this comes out.
Okay.
By a long shot, probably.
I hope so.
We will be.
When is this coming out? Like Tuesday of next week?
We'll see.
We'll see. TBD on that.
Mike lower charges, post. Nope, that's not it. But there's a bunch of people that did respond on that. Damn it. I knew I was going to do that. It scrolled all the way back to the top when I backed out. I knew I was going to do that. That's why I scrolled to see if I could.
That's why I told you what order we were talking about.
Hey.
So you could have it ready. About organization.
Well, you could have done it. You have access.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I stay far away from the comments because I
didn't say
do
comments.
not
I'm saying you have access. You could have put it together.
Need
All right, so
to
it had to have
read
been on
what
a
people
short
say.
then. And let's see here.
You showed it to me on Saturday, if I remember correctly. Whether it happened on Saturday or Friday, but you showed it to me on Saturday, I think.
This short has 43 comments, so it's probably this one.
Okay.
Not case as well said. Is it in a comment or like a thread? Nope. Nope. Dang. I was really hoping that this was going to be
So
easy.
if he doesn't find it, I'll summarize it. basically, she said something to the effect of like, she's not doing well. Like this is really affecting her personally, him being arrested again because she's obviously in love with him. And then somebody who had the screen name, it was like Owen.Mike.
Oh, no, Glover Owen.
Yeah, Glover Owen, sorry. Yeah. And so not Mike in it at all, but Glover, but Owen in the screen name responds back to her like, oh, I know baby or something like that. And then she responds to him as if that's the person that maybe she's talking to. And it sounded like they were commiserating with each other. And he showed it to me on Saturday. I was like, what the fuck? This poor lady. I feel so bad for you because obviously you're delusional enough to believe that this is Mike Glover. And any sane and normal person would realize that it is not. So I'm not going to like shit on your situation, but maybe reevaluate who you're talking to and make better choices is the best thing that I'm going to put out there.
I can't find it now.
Maybe she deleted it.
Possible.
After she realized that she is in fact being romance scammed. So that leads me to the next. Somebody else who recently was romance scammed or catfished. That's the best, which catfishing is when someone uses a fake identity on social media to trick others into believing they are real. Catfishers may use stolen photos, personal identification, or fabricated identities. And obviously in this situation, it's a somewhat famous person. Catfishing, as Andrew has said in a previous episode a long time ago. That was like one of our probably first 10 episodes. I don't remember. I'm already moved on to the next.
Okay.
So there is a channel on YouTube called Catfished, and their handle is @Catfished online. So I'm about to talk about them, but I think they should look into this Mike Glover romance scam because that's actually what they do. Their channel is described as real life online catfish, catchers, and protectors of online dating. So this lady, okay, well, I'll back up for a second. The kids are at their dad's this weekend, and I took the day off and just was scrolling on my phone, and I came across this lady's Instagram reel. And darn, I had it saved and ready, and because I had Instagram closed out for so long that it went away. Darn, but it's okay. I still have her ready to talk about. Her name is Desiree Gonzalez, and she was catfished by somebody pretending to be Morgan Wallen, and she was actually just on that YouTube channel that I just mentioned, and I watched her reel after they had recorded that episodes. I don't know that episode is out yet. But I watched her reel, and she talked about how she believed that she had been talking to Morgan Wallen for X amount of months because of her low self-esteem. And she was obviously looking for that validation. And so that like kind of answers my question in the beginning, like how are people this dumb to still fall for catfishing? And like she admits, but then she goes on to also defend her stupidity in that, you know, I'm a person too, and just because he's famous, he could love me. So she kind of like backpedals in her own, which I understand. You're defending your stupidity. I get it. Like nobody wants to admit that they were that dumb. Nobody wants to admit that they fell for a romance scam, that they were catfished.
So the one that Corridor covered was the one with Brad Pitt. Where he's in the
which
hospital.
we were gonna talk about that one next.
But there's another one. It's it's not a romance scam, but in a way it's kind of, they use the same kind of techniques and same kind of things, stealing people's identity for other gain. Blacktail Studios had it happen. There was a woman, I believe she was in Ohio or something like that. Somebody bought the domain. He owned blacktailstudio.com. Somebody bought the domain blacktailstudios.com.
Oh, so close.
Scraped his entire site.
And then
put all the same products, all the same services, all the same pricing, all the same images, looked exactly the same. He got it pulled down. And this woman purchased a $17,000 table from the wrong person.
Oh, wow.
So after a while, hey, I need the deposit. I need to do this. I need to do that. Never showed up. So after like months went by, she filed a police report. So the police reached out to Cam from Blacktail Studio and said, hey, I think this woman was scammed, but as part of the investigation process, I still have to reach out to you anyways.
Right.
You know, blah, blah, blah. They exchanged all the info. And the guy sent Cam images of what the table was supposed to look like, mock-up, whatever information, and all of this other stuff critical to the case. What the person in Africa was doing was taking Cam's videos and dubbing over and saying, I'm working on this project and this and that, and sending her fake update videos to drag it out for as long as he could.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and Cam noted, because he had the videos, that the things that are in the images, the things that he was sending her were like him building stairs. If you looked at his videos, you would know that still image or that video clip was him building stairs, not a table. Completely different materials, not even the materials that she wanted or selected.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing dragged on. He was able to, work with the police, and he worked with a couple donors. He got all the materials and everything for free from his sponsors, made the real table, and then they had her come into the police station. So he shipped the table. Old Dominion even picked it up for free. He's in Oregon.
Okay.
They picked it up for free, shipped it to, or Iowa, that's what it was, not Ohio. Shipped it to Iowa. He goes there. The detectives dress him up as another detective.
Okay.
And they walk in to question, and he's like, so, we're here to ask you questions, whatever. And she said, do you recognize this guy? And she showed him the picture of Cam. She said, yeah, it kind of looks like you. And he's like, yeah, I get. He's like, I get that a lot. And so in the police station, they unveiled to her dream table, the table that she had paid for, but not to him. Yeah.
So at least she had a positive outcome.
Yeah, but that's not typically the case. And that's also to say that you shouldn't go intentionally get scammed or lie about getting scammed to get something for free, because it's not going to work.
Whereas, for example, this woman was instructed to buy like $500 iTunes gift cards multiple times over, which in her mind, it made sense because it was Morgan Wallen and she was contributing to his music
Album
industry,
sales,
make it make sense how Apple, iTunes, gift cards, but okay. I understand like there was like
for the longest time, I was curious. I was like, why would they want gift cards? Because that can be tracked, right? Because at the point of sale, the gift card number. And I was stopped at that roadblock, and then I realized it's because they're reselling the gift cards. They're either selling them at or below the value.
Right.
Or doing like a giveaway for something. Here's a $50 gift card, pay $25 for it, or do our promotion thing to help us grow a scam channel.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if our new giveaway is going on, make sure you guys comment and do all the things required in the rules.
Yeah.
Give us a subscribe, click that little button, click the little bell, subscribe, comment everywhere. We are everywhere.
Have you guys ever been catfished personally or know anybody who was? And Andrew, now's your moment to reshare that little catfishing story. I know you were like only minorly catfished.
Well, I had a better one.
Oh.
My grandpa, my dad's dad.
Oh, a scam.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not, I was talking about romance.
But I mean, they all use the same, the outcome the means to justify the ends are all kind of the same.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Your grandpa fell for like literally every scam in the book.
So he was contacted by somebody who said that they were from the IRS or whatever, and that he was going to get fined and penalized if he didn't go to the bank and take out money and go and buy gift cards, so it wasn't traceable and all this other stuff. Because that's the other way that they get around it. Because if you buy the gift cards on a card, then that transaction can be linked to the transaction of the gift cards afterwards. So they want you to pay with cash, because then there's no, other than the receipt that you have, there's no way for them to link those gift cards back to that sale. So he went, my dad's former wife was with him, or he contacted her. I can't remember what it was. But he said that he had to go to the bank and he had to do all this. And he was driving like 110 miles an hour through St. Joe, Michigan, trying to get to the bank because he was so flustered and running red lights. And she was chasing him, calling the police and everything. Yeah. And I get...
So some banks have implemented a few security questions. Now, when you go to the bank to pull X amount of cash out, they do ask a couple of questions now of like, what are you using this for? And it's not to be nosy. It's to help stop scams, especially in the elderly. If an elderly person responds back to the bank teller and says, oh, it's because I got a call from my granddaughter who needs bond money and it has to be in gift cards and blah, blah. They are instructed to assist in stopping that now. So it's not because they're being nosy. It's because they're trying to assist in stopping it. So that is good, at least.
So the one that Corridor covered the Brad Pitt one, she lost
over $800,000. Yeah. And divorced her husband over it, which is wild.
But, so he did several different things. They, whoever it was, did several different things.
And this happened in 2023.
They photoshopped several different images of him in the hospital. But here's the craziest part. So not only did they do AI videos and deep fakes of Brad saying these things and laying in the hospital and making it look like the doctors and surgeons and things were there. When she started to catch on to it, apparently Brad had just started dating somebody else in real life, and that hit the news. They went and deep faked a news video of him being in the hospital because they broke up. They straight up it was like CNN or something like that. It's some news anchor, and it looked convincing. If you watch it and you see it, other than the image of him off to the side being in the hospital bed, that's clearly photoshopped. The news anchor, the actual text to speech and the mouth movement and everything lines up really good. And so sent a whole video segment of, see, they were talking about me on CNN yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. Like going in deep on the scams.
Yeah. But unfortunately, this woman does not have the best outcome. She has been in treatment for severe depression, clinically depressed since 2024 filing of the police report. So she's like checked herself into.
Oh yeah. How would you feel?
Oh, I would feel absolutely terrible. But I don't know that I would have to check myself in, but I guess I'm not stupid enough to fall for a scam.
But they're continuing to innovate.
So I just jinxed myself.
Yeah, the number of texts and messages and emails and stuff that I get from people where they're saying, hey, is this real? Because for a brief period of time, usually when they create or they hijack somebody's existing account, or especially an email, right? So they take somebody's email address that has a good reputation. So say they breach your personal email, right? Now they have your contacts, people that you've contacted or have contacted you, but they also have a list of people that they want to hit with a scam.
Okay.
So they'll send out bursts trying not to get caught. And they'll send it out. And the ones that I've seen that people have sent me and asked me if it's real, something along the lines of, I saw what kind of porn that you watched, and I'm going to release it to your friends and family if you don't send me Bitcoin.
What?
And I have, yeah, they say that they've seen you in your webcam and took pictures and screenshots of you with your own webcam.
Wait, this is an email that you've actually received?
It's an email that somebody asked me if it was real.
Oh.
I don't ever check my spam.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's crazy stuff in there.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
So I've had the same email address for so long. It's been on so many different things. My spam box usually, so that's the only notification bar.
Now people are going to start spamming you.
The only notification bar that's just going to go in my spam folder. It's going to get filled. I'm not going to see it. You're wasting your time. So they sent it to me, and it had like a Bitcoin address, send the money here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, first of all, I don't want to know what you were watching, but do you have a webcam? They're like, no, but I just wasn't sure. I'm like, come on, man. Sometimes it's just that simple. Think critically for a moment. You're on a PC or you're on your TV or whatever. Do you have a webcam attached to it? No. Okay, so how is this
clearly they were watching some porn that was worth extorting over potentially, because if that's what they jump to.
Well, there's people that they don't want people to know that they watch it at all. It might not even be bad.
Okay.
It might just be that they don't want their wife to know, or they don't want their kids to find out. They're somebody that's elderly who that used to be frowned upon, and now it's kind of not taboo anymore. There's a million different reasons why people would freak out about that. It's not just about the weird tentacle nonsense that someone watched. There's actually a really, really funny trend right now. I've never played this game before, so I don't really understand why this is a thing.
Okay.
But there's a guy that we follow each other on X. He lives out in Texas, which is kind of unrelated to what this is all about. But he posted on multiple different occasions. The video starts off with a clip of something that he's actually talking about.
Okay.
The most recent one was like, woman licks her boob in public and she's in the store.
What?
But listen, so it's a video of a chick walking into a store. There's a person with a camera and she's walking towards it, and then she walks in, and then it cuts away and it's like, so you've been caught watching this video.
Just to see how many people tried watching a woman lick her own boob.
Yeah, and it's an ad for a video game. Helldivers, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I've never played it, so I don't know. So it's like this guy like walks in.
So they're scamming people
to play video games.
Trying to play video games.
But it's really funny. It's like gotcha. And the one, oh my God, the one you could tell people didn't watch through to that point. They just saw the thumbnail.
So you obviously watched the video then.
I opened the comments. I was like, because I was going to say, hey.
No, he obviously watched the video. He was looking for a woman licking her own boob.
No. He had reposted himself first. This is the original video, not the boob licking one. Mm-hmm. No, I don't have that kind of content on my X.
Mm-hmm.
So he reposted and said the number of bookmarks on the thread.
Mm-hmm.
And when you quote tweet with a video, it doesn't show the video, it only shows the text.
Okay.
So I clicked to see what it was, and it had like 24,000 saves, bookmarks.
Okay.
So there are clearly people who didn't watch all the way through to that point and wanted to come back to it later. And so now he keeps doing it because people keep falling for it. It's funny. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, you definitely watched the video.
I only watched it because I was like, what is this about? Why are people bookmarking it? Why are they getting caught up in this? Because everybody who was commenting was laughing about it. I'm like, clearly something crazy has to happen. So the video freezes, right, in whatever frame it's in, and it's like the cliffhanger teaser right before something's supposed to happen. And then it's like green screen, and the guy walks into the middle of the screen and faces the camera. It's like, so you've been caught watching this video, and many videos like this are posted around the universe. And he's like wearing a suit, and he's like, but instead you can join the ranks of the Helldivers. And he like puts on this spacesuit, and he's like shooting people and aliens and stuff.
Okay.
So it's funny. I don't know what the game's about, but it's funny. It's good viral marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a whatchamacallit account, a monetized account, so he probably made a good amount of money off of it.
Of all the people who were saving it for later.
Yeah. But 24,000 bookmarks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
24,000 accounts were like, I want to come back to this tonight.
Y'all are nasty.
Yep. So, yeah, anyways, this will come out at some point.
At some point.
We've got...
Please share your catfishing stories with us. We
Yeah,
would
if you have one,
love to
seriously.
hear.
Comment below on whatever platform you're on. Let us know. Tell us about your friend or your family members or your
and how did you fall for
your
it?
great uncle's story, whatever else might be.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in another video.
Goodbye.
Sometime in the future, at some point, we will. I'm just trying. Bye.